Hey, what's up? JWhisp here, and with 1.18 right around the corner, it's really important that we do what we can to prepare our pre-existing worlds for 1.18. 1.18 will be released in just a few days from now, so with that, let me tell you guys everything you need to do to prepare for the upcoming update. So one of the best parts about Minecraft, and one of my favorite parts personally, is just the exploration of the game. Simply running around and seeing the amazing sights that Minecraft generates all on its own. I think it's absolutely amazing. And so with that, 1.18 is a huge generation update. We have these huge new massive caves, we have new cliffs, we have new biomes, and the overworld and underworld are pretty much completely overhauled. Which means that if you want to experience this in your world, you're gonna have to load new chunks, which means I would advise against any new exploring until the update is released. If you must explore though, and you need to load new chunks, I'll show you guys a tip, or at least something that I'll do in my survival worlds, to easily get to new areas. So without a doubt, one of the best things you can do is get yourself a nether portal, and that is to make a nether highway. I would get yourself some obsidian, flint and steel, some food, maybe some blocks, and make yourself a nether highway. Do this the day the update comes out or before, and you can easily get to new chunks far, far away from anything you potentially loaded in the past. Obviously, you can't get the new amazing caves or amazing cliffs and mountains in previously generated chunks, which means you need to generate new chunks. And the reason the nether is so good for this is because if you're new, what happens is in the nether, for every 1 block you travel in the nether, it is 8 blocks in the overworld, which means you can pretty much, in theory, travel 8 times faster in the nether. So what I suggest you do is, even if you go, let's say, 1,000 blocks away from your portal in the nether, when you make a new portal in the overworld, you're now actually 8,000 blocks away from your previous location. So it's definitely worth it. Make sure when you do this to wear a piece of gold armor so you can keep yourself protected from the piglins. But it's definitely something I recommend doing because it'll take you very, very far away from your previous location, build you tons of new chunks, and whenever you want to go between different parts of your world, a nether highway is a really nice way to do that, and it's something you should make in your survival worlds regardless of if a new update was coming out. I definitely recommend it. But speaking about the nether, we're actually going to go back into the next thing, which has to do with advancements. Now, there is some new advancements in Minecraft 1.18, and one of them actually involves riding a strider on lava, except not in the nether, in the overworld. So what you actually have to do, get yourself the classic stick with the warped fungus, and you can use this to control a strider. It's pretty cool. If I get myself a saddle here, I can ride the strider, and it's pretty awesome. You can use the fungus on the stick to control the strider. Now, the new achievement involves walking a certain amount of blocks. You have to walk pretty far, actually, but if you get the strider in the overworld, it should work. Now, be careful when doing this. You want to make a portal, a new nether portal near the lava, because if a strider is out of the lava for too long, you know, it starts to shake, starts to turn purple, doesn't look healthy, and it won't last too long in that state. It's not great for the strider. So leave it in the lava, and you just have to walk a certain distance in the overworld. Now, to follow the theme of advancements, you want to get yourself a spyglass, because this is for some of the new achievements. The first one is spotting a parrot. You get, is it a bird? And then obviously the other two you can figure out for yourself. You have to use the spyglass on a ghast and also on the ender dragon. Now, if you're in a pre-existing world and you're like, dang, I've already defeated the ender dragon, don't worry, because you can respawn the ender dragon many, many times. All you need is to craft yourself some end crystals and use them in the end. I have videos on it. It's pretty simple. It's not hard to do. So use it on a parrot, use it on a ghast, use it on an enderman, and you'll get yourself the 3 new advancements. I'm not someone that usually, hunts achievements in Minecraft, but when there's achievements that are, literally this simple, it's nice to do. And there are some people that try to get all the achievements, so I definitely recommend get yourself a spyglass early, which also goes hand in hand with getting yourself an amethyst geode farm. We've had amethyst geodes all the way since 1.17. We've had them for a while. However, a lot of their blocks are really nice to use, and I haven't seen a ton of people, except for a select few Minecraft YouTubers, start to really build with calcite and amethyst blocks. I definitely recommend it, especially consider making yourself like a cave or cliff base, like a mountain edge base, and use some calcite, use some amethyst, both very good blocks for it, and can make a really nice looking house. And with 1.18, with the awesome new terrain generation and how absolutely amazing the world looks as to, how it looked before, it's going to make our builds look even 10 times better. Now, this next tip is very important for me because it involves my favorite Minecraft mob, which is the new Axolotl. Now, currently in 1.17, Axolotl spawning is adjusted for the lack of new biomes. You know, we were supposed to have the Lush Caves biome in 1.17. We didn't get it. So currently, Axolotls spawn pretty much anywhere under the ground as long as there's water. They'll spawn. You know, they're pretty easy to find in 1.17. However, in 1.18, they will only spawn in Lush Cave biomes. Now, Lush Cave biomes aren't extraordinarily rare, but if we hop into Game Mode Spectator here, we can look around and see that they aren't the most common thing. It's still hard to see. We'll try to set the time today to make it a little lighter above. You know, Lush Caves, you can find them, but, you know, as I'm looking around here, they're pretty rare, pretty few and far between. However, you know, you can still eventually find them. So I highly recommend you get yourself at least a couple axolotls just to have as a pet. Plus, I think one project everyone should embark on in their Minecraft world is trying the best to get their rare blue axolotl. The blue axolotl is so rare, and it's such a flex when you get it. I feel like it's as much of a flex as having like a netherite beacon. The chances of getting it are just so rare, but you know, some people have still done it with a lot of hard work, so I definitely recommend you try that out. And the final tip has to do with your light sources in Minecraft. That's because with 1.18, one of the new features is that mobs, hostile mobs, will only spawn at a light level of 0. Previously, they could spawn in areas like this, where there was a little bit of darkness, a little bit of light, but now, no, they need to be in absolute darkness in order for mobs to spawn, which means mobs are going to spawn less frequently, actually. Well, it depends on the area. If you're in a big, dark, deep cave, you're going to see lots of mobs, but as long as you have torches set every, you know, occasional distance, you don't have to worry about hostile mobs spawning, which is really nice because you need way less torches, you need way less glowstone, things like that. I know something that's really annoying for me is whenever I'm making villages, what I like to do is I like to find a village early on in my Let's Play and eventually revamp it to make it my own village. I make my own village houses and farms and roads. And one of the worst things is having to light up pretty much every single block to make sure zombies aren't spawning inside my village. I have to pretty much go like this, which just looks absolutely terrible. I have to put light posts everywhere, but with this new update, you know, you can get away with way less torches. You can take pretty much half the torches out, and it's still lit up just fine. No mobs will spawn right here, which means that our villages, our builds should look a lot better, and we don't have to worry as much about lighting up our area. Well, with that pretty much wraps up our video. The number one thing I would say, though, the number one tip is just to have fun. I mean, clearly, but, you know, this is an amazing update with amazing new terrain and terrain generation, which honestly just makes the game 20 times better to look at, and also, it improves our builds. Not only, you know, I'm a builder in Minecraft. That's what I like. And so, you know, this new amazing terrain generation not only inspires me to think of new amazing builds, like right here I feel like I could build a giant frozen themed ice castle that would look absolutely amazing in these giant ice spike mountains, but also even just your normal builds will look 10 times better because the scenery and landscape around them looks so much better too. And so it's definitely fun. I hope this video was useful and helpful for you guys, and I'm really curious, what do you think about 1.18? Are you excited? Are you ready? And what are your plans? Are you going to start a new world? Are you going to use your old worlds? Like, what's your plan for 1.18? You can use old worlds, but obviously there might be some issues and differences, and some parts of the world might look a bit wonky. But besides that, that's all for today's video. If you enjoyed, please consider leaving a like and subscribing. It really does help me out. But my name is JWhisp, and I'll see you guys all in the next video.